Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. Shalom, Biggie. Hello, Jay.
Gentlemen.
How are you, my friend?
Happy to be here.
Doing all right?
Oh, yeah.
Hanging in there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? See how I'm Juan outside?
I did, actually. Juan is engaging in futility across the street there, raking the forest. Yep. I told him he's doing a hell of a job, though. I'm like, it looks great. He's like, oh, thanks, man.
Really? Dude, I have to, off the air, I got to tell you about a conversation I had with, I probably shouldn't say anything on the air, but a couple details in there. I'm starting to peel the onion. Remember you encouraged me to strike up a conversation,
Engage
see if we can't get back on. So I did a little bit of investigative, just like random, like, bang question.
Did he kill his family, yes or no?
I don't know, but when you get someone going humana a little bit, it's like, oof.
Oh, no.
Okay. So I'm gonna table this for now, but this is in the bank, and I'm coming back to this, circling back. But I forgot to tell you about it. It's not anything murderous.
Interesting, though.
Yet. But yeah, I mean, raking the forest. I was going to ask you, I didn't ask you guys, because I've asked a lot of people lately this question. I spent quite a lot of money to get my leaves raked. Did I pose this to you guys?
As I pulled up and saw your whole entire yard covered by leaves again.
What's the rule on this? If you pay,
it's not like
guaranteed, $40.
It's not like guaranteed all season you will never have a leaf on your lawn. I mean,
look, I don't tell
you have
them,
leaves on your lawn, and you said clear those leaves, and they're like, yeah,
they
got
did
it
very well.
Fuck both of you, by the way. I wanted my leaves clean for the season, right? I'm paying to not have leaves.
That's not what you're paying for.
On my lawn during the winter,
Nope.
and so it's a guessing game.
It is.
Hear me out. Let me present my case before you guys shit all over it. I am paying someone very good money to remove the leaves so that I do not have these staining the cement or ruining the lawn. And I don't say, I need you guys here by Thursday. I say, hey man, window's yours. Do it whenever you want. I don't care. Just, I would again this season like the leaves removed, please handle.
Well,
and then they
That's
came
how
and did
it
it.
Works.
What do you mean?
It really doesn't work where you say, hey, can you maybe come next week?
No, because
you just call somebody, you call this company and just say,
yeah, because
okay,
they're doing most of the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So it's like whenever, I just want to be on the schedule. Whenever you get to it, I don't care. But now I feel like,
you clearly are not
dude,
buying a guarantee that your leaves will be cleared for the season. You
well,
aren't.
I texted
what you
them.
just described is, hey, come when you can and take the leaves off my lawn.
Come when you can. I just want to not have any leaves anymore. So however you make that possible.
Yeah.
Well,
what do you want them to do? Bring a rotocraft down and blow them off the tree?
I don't
That's
know.
the problem this year, dude. This year there's been some slow fallers.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that, but
I've noticed that in my lawn too.
So, well, for years though, it was no big deal. It was like, hey guys, I want it done. They're like, okay, yeah, well, when we're on your street, we'll do it, and they do it, and it's awesome. And then the next year, awesome. And then the next year, some ice lands. All of a sudden, it gets weird. I didn't say anything, but this year I'm like, dude, I paid hundreds of dollars to get this done, and it's like my whole fucking world is covered in leaves now again.
Yeah. I noticed it. Yeah. Feeling on this?
I think you already know.
Yeah.
I mean,
do I have a point, an
No.
argument at all?
Oh, you could pay him again to do it again.
People email in because I really honestly think you guys are wrong. I think when you're paying for that, you're paying to remove them for the season. I'm not saying every single leaf, but dude,
what do you want them to do?
come back and finish the job. I wanted leaves removed. They're not removed.
they removed the leaves that were there when they were there.
Shut up, Isis.
I mean,
Isis, I'll pay you another $20 to rake the leaves again this year. And I'll even give you the $5 or $10 I still owe you from last time you attempted to do it.
Then, you can take that money and go buy a new unwrapped toy, to help a child at Christmas.
Not a Warman.
Not a Warman, not a Fishman. Go to the 5th Annual Toy Drive at Hamlin Pubs this Saturday, December 7th, 1 to 6 p.m. Get free pizza and salad when you bring said toy. You can do this at the Shelby locations, Shelby Township, 2 of them, Chesterfield and Richmond. Again, that's December 7th, 1 to 6 p.m.
Yeah, so bring a nice toy, get yourself free pizza. And I love their pizza, too.
It's delicious.
Big fan of their pizza. We were just talking before the show started off air about the jump that the Michigan Wolverines made in the ranks
Amazing.
of basketball.
They went unranked to number 4.
Has that ever
latest fall.
happened where a team has a great tournament like this? They have all these weird, Hawaii tournament, Aloha, whatever, and
Yeah, they were in the Bahamas. The Battle for Atlantis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do they jump from unranked to number 4 in the country?
Well, they beat the number 6 and number 8, and I
Yeah.
guess showed well against another team. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
they won that tournament, so that does seem a little much.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah, I
right?
mean,
You
probably.
could picture them like 8 or 9 or something like that. But
Yeah, I
12.
I think I was
You know,
excited.
if someone goes from unranked to 12.
I don't know. I didn't
Wow.
watch them, so they may have.
I mean,
looked really
I was
dominant.
excited to see, like, I thought, oh, dang, they might make it to like 15 or 10 to 15. Honestly, is kind of what I thought. But I don't think it even really matters.
It doesn't.
So what they're for? It's,
No,
it's
I know,
cool.
but it is like, dude, 4?
Yeah.
4 is no bullshit. That's,
Yeah.
I mean, for real, for
we'll
winning a
see.
small tournament.
It
We'll see tomorrow.
also had to do with Duke lost at home for the first time in 150 non-conference games.
Holy
Yeah.
shit!
They lost
Yeah,
to
that's
Stephen F.
crazy.
Austin.
Yeah,
Did
that
you
was
see
awesome.
the end of that?
Oh my god, it was incredible.
Dude,
Yeah.
just sprinting the length of the court. 2, one, and just barely gets it off.
I can't believe, like, when you look at that thing leaves his fingertips
Amazing.
as the backboard goes red.
Yeah, in
for the
overtime.
win in Duke.
Yeah.
Incredible.
So
man.
they're out of the number 1 spot, so they slide. I don't know what happened to the 2, 3. I guess State was number 3, and they lost
Yeah.
as well, so they're out. So that
What did they?
at
They
least
went to
we're-
Hawaii, right?
Yeah, they're in Maui.
Yeah. It's quite
Won a couple, lost a bad one. So
Yeah.
but
Any
they have
concern
Duke
there?
this week. You got Duke State on tomorrow, Tuesday,
Is that going to be? Where's that going to be televised?
at Breslin,
It's at the
probably on
Breslin?
ESPN. Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be cool. Are you happy with your squad so far?
I haven't watched them enough. I guess I don't know.
Yeah. That speaking of those last minute plays, did you see the play in the college football game? Maybe you did. Maybe it was like Ole Miss,
Yes.
Texas Tech. The guy that
dog piss.
The dog piss.
What happened?
So this happens, I think, a year ago. DK Metcalf was a receiver for Ole Miss, and he scores a touchdown, and he gets on all fours and lifts his leg like he's whizzing like a male dog
Nice.
pissing on a tree.
Yeah.
Immediately, a 15-yard flag comes in. They're up 20. That put them up 26 to 3 or something at the time, right?
Right.
Late in the third. So Ole Miss receiver scores. I don't know his name. Scores a touchdown at the end of the game, and immediately goes on all fours like his old teammate did last year.
Yeah.
And he does the male piss like a dog, 15-yard penalty, which backs the extra point up 15 yards.
Missed it.
The guy Shanky doodles it for the tie, and they lose by 1.
You got to know when to dog
Oh,
piss,
boy.
right? You got to know when you can do that and when you can't.
How stupid would you
Oh, my
feel like in the
God.
locker room? Like, oh yeah, sorry about that, guys.
It's going to be really funny, though.
I thought I'd be on Sports Center. Now I'm like the boo.
It's not even original. You're just copying what your guy did last year.
What are you? I mean, is there anything? Do you blame a coach like, hey, by the way, if we score here at the end,
Yeah.
don't take a whiz in the end zone like an
Yeah.
asshole.
Coach needs to cover that.
I mean,
specifically.
Of things that shouldn't need to be covered by a coach, isn't that top of the list?
Well,
Like,
it's only need to be covered because the score was close. That's the difference. Like if you're up by,
you really think that needs to be covered? Like, hey, by the way, I know some of you have seen the old clip of Randy
no, I
Moss
don't think it needs to be
mock
covered.
mooning the Green Bay audience. Don't do that if you score.
I don't really think it needs to be covered, but I do think that, man, maybe in that situation, you have to say, like, guys, if the last chance you get to, this is close, man, so no dumb mistakes, man. Nothing,
fucking around.
No celebrating stupidly. You don't have to say dog piss, but you might have to be like, dude, nothing fucking stupid, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you shouldn't have to. In reality, a player should fucking know you're not up the 20 points. If it's in there, like I said, it's one thing you're up by 20 points.
26-25 now, an extra point away. Oh, we got a personal foul in the end zone.
It's an
Unsportsmanlike.
astounding sport in that way, where you just see these dumb penalties at dumb times, and you're just like, what are you thinking,
Was it
man?
was it the Michigan-Ohio State game where they tackled the running back and then 2 guys on the Wolverines untied his shoe
yeah.
and then took it off?
Yeah.
And they get it's like,
What?
guys.
What?
The Ohio State guy's like, the fuck you doing, guys?
That is
What's
my favorite
about?
part about like
What are you
athletes.
doing, man?
That whole like they never think that they've done anything wrong. Every time, just what? And it's like,
happened?
dude, we all saw like some of those ones. It's like so obvious too. Like you said, the shoe tying thing or something. Like, dude,
I kind of liked that one, like untie a guy's shoe.
I
and then
get it,
throw
but don't pretend like you fucking
Yeah.
you got caught, man. Just
Yeah.
deal with it.
Oh, coaches must get so.
Oh my god.
You don't imagine, Jay. I mean, you're basically a high-level coach,
Absolutely.
like a Harbaugh
Yeah,
or whatever,
right up there.
So you're dealing
Paid
with
like them,
elite
too.
athletes all the
Absolutely.
time,
Yep.
and when you've coached them up,
Enough Connors and Bradens.
yeah, the Connors,
Tristans.
Bradens, and Tristans of the world, they're on their game, and you've done all you can. Now it's just, guys, it's muscle memory now. Go out there and do what you know what
That's right.
to do. And then one guy takes a mock whiz in the end zone. They get a free kick goal for the win. You're like,
Braden!
Zach, what the fuck? What are you doing, Tristan?
Yeah, can be frustrating.
I would be, as a coach, you'd just be like, really? Oh, that's how we lost that game. Oh, that's right. My idiot fucking wide receiver decided to mock dog piss in the end zone, as if that's not going to get flagged.
And you'd be so tempted to do a Bobby Ross in the press conference, right? I don't coach that stuff.
that stuff.
You know, because you just be like, dude, to ease his point, right before that drive, I told him no dumb penalties. You know, it's not my
This
fault.
is really key right now,
Yeah.
guys. It's a close game. If we have this drive, we have to be extra careful not
Yeah.
to fucking do
How about
something
nobody
stupid.
do the Three Stooges double poking
But
the
it's-
eye on a lineman, please?
All the time, though, the coach gets pegged with that. Oh, look at this. You know, these guys
Yeah.
are just, you know, they do whatever they want whenever they want. Like,
You see the talking heads
they are
talking about it?
18 years old.
I know, and the talking heads are like, and this one's on the coach. You got to be honest.
no discipline here.
You can just tell when that level of mistake is made. That's
is-
the coach. It's like, really, the coach is the problem there when you
The
got
guy
some
lifted his
moron.
leg and acted like he was peeing in the end zone. That's the coach's issue.
The coach didn't stress whatever a Belichick coach team would never do
No.
that. Well, no coach team should ever do that. I should coach a team in the NFL. They should never do that.
No.
It's just stupid. Yeah, and then they got Kitchens, the Freddie Kitchens. You see him over the weekend wearing a Pittsburgh started it. He's Cleveland Browns head coach.
Okay, yeah.
And there, he's catching a lot of shit today. His daughter bought him a T-shirt that said Pittsburgh started it.
Oh, my God.
The quarterback who got whacked on the head
Yeah.
with saying they started it, and the coach is wearing it, and
It's like a battle of T-shirts. All the Pittsburgh guys had like free Pouncy or something.
oh
right?
really?
Yes.
Hashtag free
Come on,
Pouncy.
T-shirts.
Fuck.
War
I
of
know.
T-shirts.
But you're a head coach. You're one of 32 in the entire world. You're
Not for
representing
long.
No, you're representing a
For 2 more weeks.
franchise. No matter where you are on planet Earth, you are representing as the head coach of a National Football League team. Pittsburgh started it. Hope you got a good couple laughs, dipshit.
Yeah.
Hope it was worth it. Oh, these people. Christ.
Hey, everybody, how much money will you need in retirement? Are you sure you won't outlive your money? Having a plan today means that you can adjust as your life changes. Retirement doesn't have to be a mystery. Contact our friend Mark Leibovitz at LPL Financial today to learn the answer to one of the most important questions for your retirement. Call today, 248-626-2000. Ask for Mark.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
See, Lisa Page is breaking her 2-year silence, Jay.
The nerve.
The
man.
nerve.
The nerve of this
nerve.
woman.
Can we just
she
say
should,
the nerve
I
for the
think
next
she
2
should go
hours?
in the background.
She should be ashamed of herself.
She should.
I didn't give her those AIDS. And when she had those AIDS. Oh, my God.
Give me a second.
Yeah, no. Take your time.
I think he should be ashamed of himself. I think he should go into the background.
So should she.
So she's the former FBI lawyer, right? That was part of the initial Clinton probe into the handling of Hillary's emails.
She's the Page in the Struck and Page
Yes.
relationship.
Ooh, the affair, the extramarital.
So hot, those
yeah,
two.
she was
So hot.
Oh, both of them. Peter Strzok banging Lisa Page.
Ugh.
Gross. And then, of course, they're using their government-issued FBI cell phones to text each other.
Don't worry, I've got an insurance policy.
Yeah, he can't win. She's gonna win. She's gonna beat him 10 million to none. Remember all those
Yes.
texts? And so I'm reading this. Ex-FBI lawyer Lisa Page breaks her 2 years. Why? Why?
Well, you saw what drove her to do this. The straw that broke the dromedary's back.
I know. You want to let people know what the straw was?
It was a Trump at one of his rallies, right? Acting out the text message string.
Yeah.
And she says he was acting out an orgasm, like
Yeah.
she was having
he
an orgasm.
sort of was.
I
like,
mean,
he was being egged on by the crowd. In his defense,
yeah. He was doing his thing. He was doing his stand-up.
When the crowd is hooting and hollering at Mr. Trump, he cannot help but egg that on and take it in. And he got a little worked up, and he started to role play, reading their text messages back and forth, and then adding a little flavor to it, like, "Oh, I love you, honey." Whoa, like doing this weird mock orgasm thing. Well, that is in fact the straw that broke the dromedary's back. She's
enough.
had it. And so she did an interview with the Daily Beast.
So she limps forward under this guise that it's like this pro-woman stance, right? Like,
Yes.
if he can't treat women like that, now I'm going to tell my story.
His demeaning fake orgasm.
Let's not forget what you did, bitch.
She's learned nothing. I'm reading this. Like, if it was like Lisa Page breaks her silence to go, you know what? At no point did I let this interfere with my professional work as an FBI agent. But the optics of this are horrible. I understand that. I feel terrible that I am on official record, in text form, saying some of the things I was saying. I understand why the American public would not trust this process. But, in fairness, I didn't, let that affect my like something like that. You would go, okay, at least she's owning a little bit, she
move
didn't
on.
like him.
Yeah.
There's plenty of people that were texting, fuck this dude. If this guy's president, we're fucked. A lot of people believe that. But for her to be like, honestly, to this day, I just can't see anything I did wrong. It's like, well, honey, maybe you need to marinate for a couple more years on this before breaking your silence. But yeah, the fake orgasm. And this was at a rally in Minnesota in October that he did that.
Lindell was there.
Oh, of course he was. I think he introduced him at that one.
Really?
Lindell might have actually been on camera. Yeah. There he is. My Pillow and Bleed Stop. You know him very well, Mike Lindell.
Bleed Stop. I'm sure you know him from Bleed Stop. Our friend Mike Lindell.
You've all seen him from the cardboard life-size cutouts and Bleed Stop. Our dear, dear friend Mike Lindell.
It just sounds too exaggerated to the common person out there.
So he's reading these and says, we'll stop Trump from winning the 2016 presidential. She's going to win 10 million to 1. She's going to win. I'm telling you, Peter. Oh, Peter, I love you so much, Peter. I love you too, Lisa. And if Hillary Clinton doesn't win, Lisa, we've got an insurance policy. I'd still like to know what that really meant, the insurance policy, At the time, Strzok was overseeing the Clinton email probe and the investigation into his campaign, Trump's campaign. Trump's remarks forced her to return to the media spotlight, forced her to confront him publicly. I'd stayed quiet for years, hoping it would fade away, but it instead it's gotten worse. It has been so hard to not defend myself, to let people who hate me control the narrative. I decided to take the power back. That's the whole I am woman. I'm going to take back the power, change the narrative.
Is this also to change the narrative, or at least set a narrative before the Horowitz report comes out? Because that's, I think, expected in the next couple weeks.
That's not going to go well.
No, it won't.
them.
It will not.
No.
But you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like, okay, speak out now so that the public can go, oh, she's not that bad. I mean, look at her. She's a real person.
But I honestly, dude, I think she comes off really bad in this interview. You know what I mean? If you can't see how people would perceive what you said, even if it was totally innocent and it in no way affected your work, you have to be able to see how. It's just like you said, Mike, please tell me you can see how this could be perceived as not on the up and up, a quid pro quo in the Ukrainian call. Shit timing, doesn't look good. You can at least, and it's like, well, yeah, I can see why people would say that. She doesn't seem to even get that. So she says, I decided to take my power back. She calls Trump's continual mention of her name and ridicule sickening. It's like being punched in the gut. My heart drops to my stomach when I realize he's tweeted about me again. The president of the United States.
That would be so surreal.
I know, wake up. And that guy was on the shitter 30 minutes earlier.
Yes.
Love
Calling
birds.
you out by name. Oh, my God.
Yeah. Calling me names to the entire world. He's demeaning me and my career. It's sickening. It's also very intimidating because he's still the president. And when the president accuses you of treason by name, despite the fact that I know there's no fathomable way that I've committed any crime at all, let alone treason, he's still somebody in a position to actually do something about that. So these attacks have affected her everyday life.
my.
Wow. Yeah, I'm someone who's always in my head anyway, so she's always beating herself up. So now, otherwise normal interactions take on a different meaning. So
It's not like he just picked her out of the blue. I mean, she did what she did,
Right.
And he's
Wow.
needling. He's a troll. We get it.
Yeah.
But she did what she did.
which put her in the national spotlight.
Yeah.
If she doesn't do what she was doing, we don't know her name. She's another nameless FBI attorney of the, how many, thousands of them?
Sure.
There's a reason we know who Peter Strzok is and we know who Lisa Page is. And it's because of their highly inappropriate, during a presidential election, their text string together. So yeah, I'm someone who's always in my head anyway, so now otherwise normal interactions take on a different meaning. Like when somebody makes eye contact with me on the metro, I kind of wince, wondering, is it because they recognize me or are they just scanning the train like people do? You know what? Not your problem. Don't worry about it. It's immediately a question of friend or foe. Or if I'm walking down the street or shopping, there's somebody wearing Trump gear or a MAGA hat, I'll walk the other way to try to put some distance between us because I'm not looking for conflict. Really what I wanted most in the world is my life back. Speaking about the Clinton email problem, she knew when she was assigned that the case was going to be picked apart. And James Comey was like, we need to do this fast, efficient, beyond point, all that kind of stuff. You know that. It's going to be picked apart nationally. You should know that anything you do involving that election is going to be picked apart nationally. And it's not, people that aren't on your side are going to really fucking try to make you look bad. You really helped them out a lot.
And you can like forgive lay people, just people out there for going, oh, you know, it's on my phone or whatever, and we're doing this thing. But
Yeah.
FBI agents, man. FBI.
Yeah, the FBI, half of what they do nowadays is like take someone's, what do they call that?
Electronic
data?
devices.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the first thing you do.
Metadata. It's, yeah, you can't just double delete and it's gone. No, shit's there.
Yeah. Jay, we needed to talk to you. So before we do that, can we have your phone, your laptop, your iPad, and
Oh,
any...
but this government issued phone though, I was just thinking it was my phone, right? I mean, I was just kind of using it. Oh no.
Yeah, I'm just, talking to people like normal in text on here. So after her text thread with Strzok was made public, she caught heat for that one particular message where she implied she was concerned about the impact on Clinton from this investigation. She wrote, one more thing, she might be our next president. The last thing you need us going in there loaded for bear. You think she's going to remember or care that it was more DOJ
Yes.
or FBI?
Yes, she will.
Michael Horowitz, DOJ Inspector General, noted the pair's messages were not only indicative of a biased state of mind, but more seriously implies a willingness to take official action to impact a presidential candidate's electoral prospects. In the aftermath of Comey's firing, Page described it as a funeral at the FBI. Yeah. It was devastating moment at the FBI. It was like a funeral, only worse, because when someone dies, you get to celebrate their life. The president fired him with the knowledge that, of course, we were investigating Russian contacts with his campaign. I mean, it just gave the aura of an obstructive effort. Did it? She in those text strings, she was the one that was doing. There's no big there. That's the deal. Like that's why being a part of this moving forward. So these people knew the Russia thing was not going to go anywhere. So May 19, 2017, there's no big there. That was 2 days after Rod Rosenstein named Mueller special attorney. She admitted in closed-door testimony she was talking about evidence in the Russia collusion case. They knew there was no there.
Yeah.
It means Rosenstein, so Rosenstein unleashes the biggest power he has to appoint a special counsel when he knows that his FBI lawyers for 10 months have been digging into this story and believed there wasn't really anything there. And he still decided to unleash that. So at one point, Strzok and Page, he's debating whether or not to stay with the FBI and take a promotion to be an assistant district attorney or whatever, or take on the Rosenstein, be part of the Mueller team. So they're talking about it. Do we take this promotion and move up the ladder with the FBI? I mean, there's tons of those. Or do we be on the Rosenstein team? And the conversation they're having is going, look, if we thought there was any chance that any of this was actually going to stick, fuck yes, we would go with the Mueller team. That's what they would do. So join Mueller's team. You and I know the odds of winning are likely nothing. If I thought it was likely, I'd be there, no question. Lisa Page then says, oh, we should stop texting this kind of conversation on these phones. Right?
It occurs to her.
Yeah, it occurs to her at that point. We should probably take these off our FBI government-issued phones and, I don't know, maybe just talk about this at the hotel room that we'll be banging in later today.
Pillow talk.
She's really bummed, too. They made public all this stuff about like cheating on my fucking significant other. Now all the people in the FBI know. It's humiliating. Like Andy knows and this guy. I'm like, okay, this is very easy, Lisa. How about you don't do that shit, and then you don't have the conversations you were having on your government-issued cell phone.
That's it.
Just say, I'm an asshole. I'm sorry. I'm a good lawyer. Can we put this behind us? I don't mean to be a dick. I wish the president well in his future endeavors. And move on.
Hey, Twin Peaks, it's your ultimate sports lodge with a menu to match. Pair any of their made-from-scratch menu items with a frosty 29-degree draft beer served by a beautiful Twin Peaks girl. And you're in for a legendary sports watching experience. Twin Peaks, Eats, drinks, scenic views.
I know I talked a little bit about America's Got Talent this past season because T was watching it a lot, and so I, was just kind of
Oh, with what's her
By
name that was kicked off, right?
yeah,
Gabrielle Union.
Gabrielle Union, and I believe Julianne Hough as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And they were judged, but don't they? Do either you
Do
guys?
they
don't watch
rotate
it.
them? I don't know.
I think they do.
I know
quite frequently swap out
season
judges.
to season, but in the middle of seasons?
No, they're done.
Oh, okay.
It's off
So
season.
it's just off season and they replace them.
Contract was up.
I
Do we
feel like
renew?
I feel like I've seen scenes of that with totally different judges.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They swap them out all the time. One year you've
Yeah,
got
Heidi Klum or
yeah.
the Spice Girl chick.
Mel B.
Yeah.
Is that it? Those were the two previous, and then they brought Julianne Hough and who was Dancing with the Stars. That's where she got
Right,
her started, her start. And but of course, the story's coming out that they were offended by some comments that were made by racist atmosphere, racist comments that were stated, and they're complaining about it is what got them fired or their contract not renewed. Well, it's not like they terminated you mid-contract. So once the contract's up, that's how that works. You guys decide together whether we're going to renew this contract or go separate ways. They went separate ways.
I guess these have been the hosts throughout the.
Regis filled them?
Holy shit. With
Nick
Hasselhoff, man.
Yes, Hasselhoff, Piers
Realize-
Morgan.
Sharon Osbourne, yeah. Okay.
Who was on it when J. Chris Newberg was on it? That was obviously
Pierce, obviously.
and
Jerry
Sharon Osbourne.
Springer?
Sharon Osbourne was no, it was what's his name? Bald guy, comedian.
Yeah, Howie
Who's
Mandel.
Howie Mandel. Yeah, because Howie's the one that brought him back, J. Chris Newberg.
Yeah, they've had a lot of different people, but it looks like these two are the shortest tenured, along with Terry Crews.
Howard
this season.
Stern
So they're keeping Simon and Howie, and they're just replacing the rest of the crew.
replacing the chicks, and so now it's coming out. Her
Well,
hair.
Terry too, right? Terry's gone or no? Is he coming back?
No, I bet Terry Crews comes back. He was the Nick Cannon role, kind of the host, really kind of an irrelevant role
Okay.
on the show. Do you guys like any of those shows? I know you watched the dancing one with Sweet Pie.
Yeah, I watched that one. I watched The Voice with Sweet Pie.
Yeah, they're all kind of the same talent shows.
Yeah.
No, I'm so over the idea of talent shows.
Are you?
Yeah, I
Yeah, I'm not.
I don't know I would ever watch one.
This is the one that would appeal to me the least, I think. Just this, where
Well-
you got people spinning teacups and shit, and
Yeah.
like, okay, that's randomly weird.
What-
Contortionists and things.
They're entertaining. It's an entertaining show, and there's always good moments. But the thing that's always pissed me off about watching it, like, you're pretty sure, like, when you're watching, American Idol, it's like they're trying to find the best singer.
Yeah.
America's Got Talent. It's like, here's a kid who had cancer at 4.
Yeah,
He's now
too
6 and
much of
plays
that.
the violin. It's like, okay, what does that have to do with talent? Like, that's awful. That's an awful story. I'm sorry he got cancer.
They
but-
all do that though. You Think You Can Dance, all that shit. They all have those stories. They do. There's a bald chick on You Think You Can Dance.
What?
Like she completely. What's the thing? Yes.
Alopecia?
Yeah, she had that, and so she's completely bald. She resolved not to wear any sort of wig or anything. She's coming out.
Great.
And she's just going to show herself
She's
as
the
that.
best dancer.
I thought she sucked, honestly. And
'Cause
she
she's
made,
bald?
She made, the final 10 or something. I'm like, no
Yeah.
way, no way, no way. And so they all, to your point, where you're going, is they get a break, right? And so they
For
they
sure.
get moved through because they have a sad sack story.
Well,
and even Newberg said that. Like, they took him aside. They're like, so what's up with your
Yeah.
mom?
You hate your
You know?
dad.
Yeah. Which is, on one hand, you get it. Sort of, it's like, okay, they're doing a TV show.
Yeah.
And so, whenever you hear the violins come up, the sad violin music and the slow motion, some guy walking in his hometown, I was bullied most of my life. Great. Lots of people were bullied. Fuckface. Let me hear you play the guitar and sing. Let's go.
Here's the thing: nobody in here is a chick, though, and that's who I think likes that shit. I think legitimately, women like those stories, and they wanna be emotionally connected to these people.
I like them in doses. It's like football. Like
I don't like them at all.
Yeah, I know you don't.
I don't want to hear those stories. Just start dancing or something.
ESPN has gotten famous. It's like, oh, that story really hit. People loved that
Yeah.
guy died or almost died and made a comeback. We all love a comeback story. So it's like 3/4 of your programming now is, taking you this roundabout way through some guy's tough upbringing
Yeah.
through cancer.
Slow,
and this
sad music goes.
Yeah,
and the faded video. Yeah.
come back, and now we all have to have initials on our helmet, and we're all rooting for this guy now. And, whatever.
Sports transcends, Mike.
Are we putting too many fucked up people? Like, just you get to be the captain this week, and you get to flip the coin, and
I think everybody's fucked up, right? And so everybody's got some sort of thing that they could point
couldn't
to.
we all?
We could all. Yes.
I don't know what my story would be. I don't know that I have one.
Prouder Willies.
Well, it's self-diagnosed, and I don't know if I'll be able to get it. I believe with all my heart, I have it.
They could squeeze something out of everybody, man.
Yeah.
And it just shows, like what Newberg said, they try. They really mind that.
Well, they tried to pick a mock fight with him and Piers
Yeah.
Morgan that they successfully pulled off, and then used him in promos for months as the bad guy, which is hilarious. But yeah, and then when you get towards the end of the show, they don't shorten the length of these things. It's like, oh, it's still a 2-hour episode, but you went from 50 contestants to 3.
Right,
And so
right.
now, what do you have to do to fill 2 hours? You have nothing but those stories. Well, let's go to their hometown and interview fucking neighbors.
No. That's untenable. I couldn't do it.
That show, by the time I get home and I see T sitting on the couch, it's a 15-minute show because Troy could give a fuck less about boop, boop, boop. I'm like, yeah, well, do you want to? Nope, don't care. Fucking show me your talent and then get off the stage. I don't even really care what the judges think because it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He doesn't give a shit. He wants to watch the act and that's it. Kind of probably like you are.
Yeah. Throw knives at her. Go. Do it.
So there's a few people that are taking issue, and I don't know if you read this. This is terrible. The racist nature that these guys had to go through. And it all goes back to Jay Leno. Jay Leno was on an episode.
Oh, dude. Yes, I saw this.
Mm-hmm. So he said something. Sources at NBC are puzzled by the fire. Oh, we can't figure this out. But that's what a lot of people are saying is like they were complaining about, someone's racist. I mean, really racist. And so I guess they're doing one of those pre-recorded pieces, and they've got a painting of Simon Cowell and his 3 gay little white dogs.
Yeah.
And Jay Leno says something like, how did he say it? I don't want to fuck that up. Shit. Said something like, it looks like something you'd see it on a Korean menu in a restaurant.
Ha ha ha. Hilarious Leno. A hilarious Jay Leno joke.
You're right. He said, it looks like one might see on the menu at a Korean restaurant. There was an Asian staff member among the very few Asians members of the crew there, and creative team was allegedly offended by the crack. I don't care if she was offended by the crack. So what? There's very few of them. There's very few Asians. So, God, we can't offend them. Judges Union and Gabrielle Union and Huff had complained about the jokes and the toxic environment behind the scenes, and that's why their contracts were not renewed.
Well, Union's woke as fuck, right? She's Dwayne Wade's wife.
Yes.
And they recently had a little thing on Twitter over Thanksgiving where they had a family picture, and his son was showing his midriff and wearing press-on nails. And apparently some people made some comments.
What?
Yes.
People made comments?
People wondered.
Wait, what?
Right, Dwayne Wade's son.
Yeah, and
is that-
Dwayne Wade was like,
What year is this?
there's a lot of hate in this world. We just, I guess, have to accept that and move on or some shit like that.
Wow, that poor child wearing press-on nails and a midriff
Dude's
shirt.
like 12 standing there with press-on nails and showing his midriff. Come on, man. Wearing a belly shirt?
And people mocked him in some way.
I know.
I'm shocked by that. Dwayne, there's no way Dwayne Wade could have seen that coming before he posted that picture. It must have torn him apart.
You got
How
it,
can he
Larry?
see it?
1 second.
Holy shit, dude.
He's kind of a Jaden Smith sort of deal, right?
But
kind of that.
way gayer looking.
I don't know.
I don't even think
Jaden
that
Smith.
midriff. I don't even. I mean, the nails are very feminine. I don't even think the.
I would have
midriff is-
assumed like his shirt is just being pulled
Yeah,
up because of the way
honestly,
he's standing.
yeah.
Like,
Like, I
wouldn't
don't
have,
really
but
even
the
see that like
nails
that.
are odd.
The nails are, a bit odd. What's in his left hand there?
Left hand.
Is
that something?
Stays
to
right.
I think it's showing through maybe his legs.
Oh, okay.
He's not really holding anything, but that's just a spindle on the staircase.
Boy, oh boy.
It's something, huh?
That's something. It sure is. Hey, it's your kid. Be proud of him. Whatever. Stand up for him. But you got to expect the look on that face alone.
Hold on, man. Where's his actual hand? I mean, we see the left hand. Are those definitely long nails on the left hand?
Yeah, I think. you
Okay,
can
so
see-
what's the yellow we see on his shoulder, on that wrist? Is that her hand? Her hand
No,
can't do that.
No,
That's
he's
his
going
hand.
like this. Yeah. But he must
Where's
be
her
wearing-
hand? See the yellow going across his wrist?
Wow.
This is. That
So
cannot be her
hers-
hand
No,
coming
no,
down.
no. That would be a weird angle.
Yes.
Her hand is obviously like this on her own hip, so you're not seeing it. It's behind her.
But what's the yellow on him? It matches
He's-
her dress.
I think he's wearing
He's
like
wearing a
scrunchie
bracelet or something.
Okay, that
it's a
would make
scrunchie. Yeah, I think you're right. It might be a
Gotcha.
scrunchie.
Oh, good. Okay. Midriff, scrunchy, and long nails. Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure we weren't interpreting his hand as actually hers. But she would have to have a broken
That
wrist.
would be the longest arm ever. She would have to have a chimpanzee
Go-go
arm.
gadget.
Yes, and she broke it and like compound fracture
Yeah.
break and needs
still
to get
has
to
a
a doctor.
beautiful smile on her face.
Yeah,
Yeah, that couldn't happen.
yeah, and it fits with his pose. It really, really does. So Dwayne Wade did confirm that Union was fired. She also received more than a half dozen notes criticizing hairstyles as too black for the show's core audience. You know, that's a weird one. When you're trying everything you can to like just be middle of the road and attract not offend anybody, but attract as many people as you can, and someone shows up and it's like, oh, that look, that's not going to be good for our core audience. Can't say it, can't do anything about it.
What
but
look would be so off-putting that you know, Mr. Microphone?
yeah, well, I think
Like that's, I mean, it is
If I-
what it is. I don't know that you can have hair that's too black for just a. Can you? For just a middle of the road audience? Can you have a hair that's too ethnic anyway, like
half
too
dozen
white?
people
Too
sent notes criticizing it. So
what was it? what
here's what I
possibly
know.
was it?
I would say Julianne Hough was more offensive with her hair than anything Gabrielle Union did. They both went out of their way each week. It's like, oh, let's
To look
do
ridiculous.
to look absurd. And so hair colors would change, styles would change, crazy
Do you have
hairstyles.
any pictures of them on set? Isis?
Yeah, see if we can find the two black ones.
What are their
T-O-O.
names?
Gabrielle Union and Julianne Hough. H-O-U-G-H. So taking to Twitter, Wade inferred that the Variety reporter who first reported this was accurate, stating that his wife is an advocate for our community and our culture. Okay, good.
I'm still stuck on the too black. Like what hairstyle would be too black for people to be able to handle? What is that?
Cornrows? Is Middle America ready for cornrows, Jay?
I mean, this
Can we
has
handle
been
that?
around forever. What?
Mr. Microphone's she probably Mr. Microphone at one point. I think she's
You know, we've all watched these shows with various race people, and I don't know. I'm stuck on that one.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing.
Well, I don't know what that means. When they say, when he says something about, how did he put it? We got half dozen notes or whatever saying that the hairstyle was too black. That doesn't mean that executives at NBC said that to them. I don't know. It's unclear what exactly that. She also received more than a half dozen notes criticizing hairstyles as too
no,
black.
I get it. I get the allegation.
According
I'm
to
just,
four sources.
I mean, I don't even
I'm
know.
just stuck on like what could
this
possibly
count?
be too black.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't understand that.
I mean, that's her, obviously.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't see any. I mean, I'm looking at the other
You don't
news
see
stories.
anything
I don't,
that's too black for
Too
you.
black.
I don't think any. I'm trying to see other news stories where they show them. I guess.
Well, dude, can you just do images?
yeah, I did images for American.
I mean, they had crazy hair throughout the season.
just
You
do
know,
That's the thing, man. We all see these judges and they look outlandish. You watch The Voice and you see Gwen Stefani with her crazy outfit.
Yeah.
Like you expect that on these
Totally.
shows. So I don't understand what could possibly be objectionable.
yeah, I'm not sure. One insider said Thursday that the star, meaning Gabrielle Union, had a very productive conversation with producers following Leno's alleged slur. Another NBC source
A
told
Korean dog food
Yeah.
joke is a slur. Holy
Yeah.
shit, man.
right. So okay, so you see the different styles up there, top left too. Are those two black?
No. I mean, I just don't.
I don't know. I don't know what two black is.
I don't either. That's my thing.
So they said the America's at least 6 sources said America's Got Talent employees expressed confusion about the claims Union's hair was too black. No one had heard this, adding that any feedback about Union and Huff's hair would only be about continuity for the audience, which would make sense. If you're doing a shoot, then you need to reshoot the next day.
Yeah,
Stuff, continuity. Your hair's too black today. It needs to go back to the way it was yesterday when it was less black for continuity. You can see why that would be acceptable, right?
Yes, for that reason. Yeah.
I would honestly be shocked about alleged racism. Ensuring a safe environment is so important to the show. Anytime someone comes forward and has issues, we take things very seriously. Meanwhile, on Twitter, Wade congratulated his wife on a successful season that she had, and I think he sums it up well here. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. Over this past year, he's personally been approached by many people saying that my wife is the main reason they've started watching AGT. So when I got the news that my wife was being fired, my first question was obviously, why? I'm still waiting on a good answer. So Dwayne Wade knows. I mean, he's got his finger on the pulse of the nation, and many people came up and said, I watch because of your wife. And so
Nobody would have a reason to lie to Dwayne Wade about that either.
No. I mean, if I saw Dwayne Wade, I'd probably know more about his fucking wife on AGT than him as a Miami Heat basketball player. I would run out of conversation with like, so what's LeBron really like, and what's it like to hoist the trophy and shit?
Yeah.
And then I'd be like,
Number 3, huh?
and if I hated, dude, if I met Robin Roberts, fucking shut up, Robin. If I met Robin Roberts' lover, wife, out on the streets, I'd be like, oh yeah, Robin's great.
gonna come up, huh?
I'd probably just be like, not be a dick, and be like, shut up, Robin, I hate your wife.
See, I'm the opposite, dude. I know nothing about Gabrielle Union. I was just duck going her to learn what the hell she does. I guess she's
What does she do? I don't know.
well, Mike, triple threat, actress, voice artist, activist, and author, quadruple threat.
So she was a model then? Is that how we started? Were we modeling? Were we athletic at some point?
Chrissy Teigen,
Who did she blow? Who did she blow to get to where she is? Come
Dwayne
on.
Wade,
Is that
Dwayne Wade.
what like occupation? If she's putting a resume out, gives head to Dwayne Wade. I mean, is that like a job?
No, she was Chris Howard, former Jacksonville running back. She was his wife.
She was a Jacksonville running. Oh,
She was his wife.
so she was blowing a pro football player.
Yes.
And then stepped up to start blowing an NBA player.
Correct.
Okay.
Oh, is she on one of those wives of whatever,
Oh,
Atlanta or something?
Maybe.
Yeah, the people
might
that
have.
blow superstar athletes or something in Atlanta.
That may have been where
Yeah.
she really took off.
Well, feminist groups out there are outraged by this. Advocacy group for women, Time's Up, and celebrities. Thank God. I was wondering how, celebrities felt about this Gabrielle Union issue.
I'm going to be surprised, I'm sure.
Well, I certainly was. Time's Up, and it's an equity organization formed in the wake of the #MeToo movement. It was necessary to have this group. They've lent support to her in a tweet. Thank you, Gabrielle Union, for speaking up for what's right. Meanwhile, sources, let's see. No. I'm just looking for the celebrities. Among the celebrities who have rallied behind the union are Grey Anatomy star Ellen Pompeo.
Who?
Yeah, I was saying the same. Holly Robinson Pete.
Who?
You know.
Oh, yeah, the wife of the great Lions
She used
quarterback,
to
Rodney.
blow Rodney Pete. Yeah. Or still does.
She was on 21 Jump Street or something, too, wasn't she?
Was she?
I think so.
Patricia Arquette. I haven't heard her name in a while.
I thought that tranny died.
No.
no, that was her-
No.
her brother
No,
or
you're not allowed to
sister.
say that anymore. You're not allowed. I don't know what you'd refer to her as. I just remember her going ape shit like a dude when they were filming that reality show. You want a piece of me? Like, I am a man, and throwing umbrellas and shit.
Surreal
flipping
Life?
tables.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, was it? It might have been Surreal Life. Yeah. Patricia Arquette, I'm just catching up on this. This is terrible, she tweeted. You should not be penalized for trying to have a workplace that honors the rule of law in the workplace. So she's just getting up to speed.
What? Can you replace that? Repeat
You should
that?
not be penalized for trying to have a workplace that honors the rule of law in the workplace.
Penal? You're stuck on penal, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
What is the rule of law in the workplace? Jay, do you know? E, does anyone know? Are we abiding by the rule of
For
law?
not, like, harassing other races is their point, right? For abiding by the law.
What about, are you interested in what Alyssa Milano thinks?
Absolutely. I'm curious
Yeah.
to hear her stance on this.
I have not heard what the Hulk thinks, Mark Ruffalo. I'm dying to get Mark Ruffalo's input on this one. I mean, he's such a great Hulk. I'd love to know where he stands on this. Alyssa Milano retweeted a comment in support of Union. This Gabrielle Union situation is illustrative of the catch-22 facing anyone marginalized in every industry. Speak up and be labeled difficult, face retaliation, or stay silent but always be dying inside. Also, that guys like Jay Leno never have to feel uncomfortable. Ariana Grande, Ellen Pompeo, Deborah Messing have also expressed their disapproval of the move because they were there. They know
Just the whole list of them.
it's the
hilarious.
same ones over. Who's missing from the list? Rosie O'Donnell?
Kathy Griffin.
Yeah, that's a good one. Grande wrote, "Thank you for this," at Ellen Pompeo. "Be better, NBC. We're with you, Gabrielle Union."
Be better.
Pompeo was one of the first ones to speak out. It's unfortunate that at NBC, the same network that protected disgusting men like Matt Lauer, just got a point there, and punished women for speaking out are not putting up with it, has not changed their practice or culture. So I'm sure we'll hear from more people. I don't know what the real story here is, but I want to go back to the original point of conflict. Jay Leno looked at a painting of 3 little pussy white dogs and Simon Cowell, and made a comment about, it looks like something that would more likely be in a Korean
really
menu.
old joke, right? Koreans eat dogs. Really old.
It's racist. Again, Jay, I talked about this yesterday. Do we need to, like, government is a forced class in high school? You have to take gym. Can we have racism as a course that is mandatory for you to graduate from high school, so that when people make stupid comments like, it looks like it should be on a Korean menu.
Well, it is marginal. It's
not
putting
racist.
It's putting Koreans in a bad light, right?
Okay? No, Koreans put them Koreans in a bad light by
When they
eating
started
fucking
eating dogs.
Jay Leno noting it does not make him racist.
Yeah.
He's factually correct. It's a stupid joke. He's a fucking 68-year-old man. Something.
It's the oldest joke ever.
It is. Well, I don't know if it's the oldest joke ever, but
Very old.
it's very old. Why is it so old? Because they've been eating dogs forever.
Do they still do that?
Current situation in Korea,
I don't even think that.
as far as dog eating goes.
Okay.
In 2014,
Thank you.
yeah, I got your back on this one. I knew. I anticipated.
I was going to ask that. So, they're still doing that?
You were going to be curious about current situation in Korea.
Yes.
And dogs. In 2014, 329 restaurants served dog meat in Seoul alone. The numbers are declining. Younger people
Fuck.
are getting more woke.
About why though? Why does that matter? That's the funny. I'm not kidding about that. I think that for people to say that stuff, in reality, it shouldn't even matter. I don't know
Yeah,
the
you
difference.
eat cow and pig. Who
Right.
cares
I
if they
don't
eat horse
like,
and dog?
Right. I don't.
Man's best friend?
Yeah, but dogs are cute.
Look, I get
They're
it that I look at
poops.
Tony every day when I go home, and would I want to eat Tony?
So
I
you
would
don't wanna
not.
go to a Chinese
But I'm saying that
Yeah, get out of there.
But in reality, honestly, I think it's funny when people. I actually don't think that you should be able to sit.
Where you
as
draw this
Americans,
distinction?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we as Americans should be able to sit
No,
here and go, "That's
what's
wrong, God."
domesticated versus not. Right?
Yeah.
It's very arrogant and ego-driven to be like, what monsters. I think when you see like Ricky Gervais, or what I have a problem with is the manner in which. Now, I'm
Yeah,
not
so-
saying that
yeah.
the slaughterhouses here are the greatest, and we've all seen the chicksons in the cages and stuff, and it's horrible. I hate seeing the abuse of any living creature like that. It bothers me a lot. But when you see some of the images out of China and Korea of, the meat tastes better if it's tortured.
Oh, my God.
And you're burning these things alive, skinning them
Yeah.
alive, and seeing these dogs screaming
awful.
bloody murders
Well,
or being skinned
that's
alive.
a legitimate beef, though. But the problem is most people don't
No,
even
it's
go.
legitimate dog meat. That's
most
what we're
people,
talking about.
Most people don't go that far, though. You just there and go, "They eat dogs. My God, dogs! What is the difference? Who cares?"
Well, lots of people do.
They
I
shouldn't.
understand your
Then
point.
they should have no problem. Then they should not be eating hamburgers,
Yeah.
or turkey. In reality, I do. I'm just saying. But I just think that it's like, what's the difference? It's a living
Yeah, I think
creature.
I agree with you. Jesus, in like 20 or 30 years, hopefully this Impossible Whopper really takes off and this stuff really tastes good, because that's where it's headed, man. I think we're going to look back and go, oh, man,
all
I
about
ate,
the heme,
I ate a
dude.
lot of chicken. Right.
It's the heme.
It's the heme.
Yeah.
As long as the heme doesn't cause cancer, which
Soybean heme.
I assume it does. We're going to
I'm
find
sure it does.
in 40 years
Right.
that the heme is bringing us all down.
That's we've talked a lot about, Jay, over the years about, like, look at me. You think you're so woke right now. Believe me, you're doing shit right now that in 30
yeah.
years
Oh.
you're gonna look like a monster.
Sure.
Tops of the list we say is cheerleaders, zoos, circuses,
The stuff we do to animals is
is-
really top of the list.
and dude, football. will probably be on that list at that point where it's like, what was wrong with these fucking? Why do we have a statue of this coach? Who's
Yeah.
Curly Lambeau? Fuck that guy. Did you see what he did? Like, you'll be ripping down statues of iconic sports athletes because of the CTE that it's caused all these years.
It'll all be virtual.
That's right. And I, as much as I hate it, because it's just so delicious. I wish Chick-fil-A's tasted like shit. I do, but
Well,
they
they'll
don't.
figure it out. They're going to figure it out where it tastes like chicken.
I don't want fake chicken. Just give us a pill like the Jetsons. If we could have pill dinners,
Yeah.
that's the way to go. But I honestly do think, as much as I don't want to admit it, there's no doubt that the slaughter of animals. I mean,
It's not just the slaughter; it's the way they're raised.
we raise them just to eat them.
Dude, these chickens can't even walk. They have such big tits.
Yeah,
we raise
I
them to
love
have
big tits.
massive breasts, and they're just like falling over on themselves.
Yeah.
We're like, yes, that one.
Can you imagine being a creature you hatch from an egg and it's like your entire existence is being stuffed into a cage with 300 of your siblings. None of you can move an inch.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, the only thing I get is stuck with needles so I get huge tits so these guys can eat me. What a shit existence. Just terrible. So anyways, going back here, there are declines, and some restaurants out there in Korea are saying 20 to 30% decline.
Oh, wow.
Because the younger generations get a little more woke. Dog meat is often consumed during the summer months, and it's either roasted or prepared in soups or stews.
Let me ask you this: are dogs pets there?
They are.
Okay, that's super weird, man.
Well,
Yeah.
Right?
I get
a
it,
lot
that,
of
yeah.
times their pets get to a certain age, and then it's like, time to make dinner out of baboon. So,
If it's one thing if it's
It
like,
can go to-
no, we don't keep dogs as pets.
yeah.
They're
Yeah,
they're
but people
like
on the
livestock
farm,
here.
it depends
right?
on if like Mike says, because people on the farm, farmers would get to, back in the day, farmers would get to know all their shit and be like, but then it was like, oh, this is the life cycle, and
I
yeah.
understand, but this is a different level
No,
where,
I know.
where you've got them in their homes, and normal people, non-farmers, have these things in
Yes,
their homes,
I
but
know.
yet then they go down the street and then they eat that
I know,
thing.
it would be
It's-
different.
A lot of them go from pet to plate.
Oh, no.
You
Oh, no.
want to eat tone.
The
No.
circle of life.
Don't want to eat tone.
So, in the summer months, there's a most popular soup is goijang, spicy stew meant to balance the body's heat during the summer months, thought to ensure good health by balancing one's ki, or the vital energy of the body. You can also make it with chicken or bamboo shoots, but Labrador's the best.
My God, Labrador? Labrador.
Sometimes. There's the Gupo market, similar size to the Moran market, which you're very familiar with. It's been around since the Joseon dynasty, okay? In recent decades, the number of dog meat vendors in the market has decreased to only 22 due to the efforts of the government. And they're not like, this is cruel to the dogs. They're like, look, people come here and visit and they're fucking appalled by dogs hanging in the windows. Can we shut some of this shit down? Tourism is being affected by this. And so that's what they're really concerned about is the visual that it gives the world.
Yeah.
And so that's a problem. As of now, there have been no official statements by the government involving plans to remove dog meat vendors. So the fact that I just said dog meat vendors, and that's a thing,
Sort of excuses Jay Leno's joke, doesn't
just
it?
a bit, yeah. The primary dog breed raised for meat is a non-specific landrace commonly named as Nuryungi. Nuryungi are not the only type of dog currently slaughtered for their meat in South Korea. 2015, the Korea Observer reported that many different pet breeds of dog are bred to be eaten, including, for example, and I've got 1, 2, 3.
They have Chihuahua on there?
Now Chihuahua, I think, is just
Yeah, it's just-
too much work.
Yeah.
It's
It's like eating a quail.
yeah. Or when you guys are those lobsters and shit, it looks like so much work to get that
Oh,
little
it's
bit
worth
of
it,
meat,
Mike. It's worth
you know?
it. You saying Chihuahua may be as good as lobster?
I'm
Throw
not
some butter
saying
on
that.
it? Because I'm willing
don't
to do the
know.
work.
What dog
The
would
king
you
crab legs and the lobster, that's work that's, boy.
pays off?
It's worth it.
Yeah. I mean, if you guys had to pick, like if you looked at a dog, and I know you probably don't think about this often, but if you looked at one and went, God, boy, if I had to eat a dog, that is the son of a bitch I'd eat.
Man.
I don't think dogs look that, like most dogs I see don't look.
They don't
What,
look
appetizing?
delicious.
Yeah.
Really?
But not because I'm thinking that they're dogs. It's just because I don't think they seem.
Does a cow, though? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
cow.
there's a big fat belly there that you could, that he's
Well,
that I could
eat his
feel like.
belly.
Well, no, but I mean, I see a bunch of.
Tits? The teats?
I don't
Is it the
know.
teats you see in a cow?
No, I see like all that weight to it.
Yeah.
That just think that there's something there.
Well,
with-
that's the
some meat.
hanging milk in the teat.
I
a
know, but
cow.
I'm just saying that's what I see though.
Okay.
I don't see dogs.
I
No,
mean,
wiener dog maybe.
there you
Hey,
go.
wow,
Not
yeah,
bad.
I
He
like the
pulled
theme.
Wiener Dog out. There's a lot there. It looks like, could you see sitting down for the game and just having a body of a Wiener Dog and it's roasted?
bun.
Get
A
a
big
bun.
bun.
Yeah. Cartoonish, maybe, perhaps, but, you know,
Golden retriever.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
you eat a golden
Lassie.
retriever?
no.
Oh,
Jesus. You know, I remember looking at Izzy. I don't know if you guys have done this ever, but Izzy's not a very hairy dog, not a hairless dog, but
Right.
not overly haired. Mm-hmm. Is that the thing they would be overly haired?
yeah. There's many that are overly haired. I would agree with that.
And so when I look at Izzy, as short-haired, when the leg and the buttock muscle, you're like, oh, I can see that's like a Chickson leg.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? You can see
yeah.
where
Haunches.
Oh yeah, that's what you would rip off and eat.
See the flesh there.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't do it. E.
Right, I know.
I never would.
Of course.
But you can see like the outline, the potential, like
Yeah.
if someone was in it, like, oh, that would be very tasty. So they're into Labradors. You got them. That's like pudding pie next door,
Man.
right? That's a
That's
goal.
just not right.
Retrievers. Oh, come on, a golden retrievers.
Oh, I said it. See.
Yeah.
It's one of those.
This one surprised me. Cocker Spaniel. Can you pull up a Cock Spaniel? I'm trying to think. Does Poodle do anything for you guys?
This poodle. I mean, there's those full-size poodles, and then there's
Yeah.
like, circus poodles on their hind legs jumping through hoops and shit.
that
Like
guy
real
looks
poodles
tasty.
are pretty big, man. Like the real
Dude, Jenny
Poodle breed?
Fedorovich, our friend from Russia, Russian 5.
That's full-size poodles?
Full size.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Portland. He's fucking awesome. His plume. Oh, his plumage is to die for. You pet him on the head, he's got it's Mr. Microphone. He's got 6 inches
you
of
just
plume.
sink in there.
Wonk.
Huh.
And he's a good boy.
Well, what is it? Miniature poodle then? That's the circus poodle that dance around? Yeah, those are stupid. Throw
I
a
don't
tutu
care
on
how
it.
much they dance.
Yeah.
Fuck them. I
And
don't
they
like them.
shave them, and they have all the little rings on their tails and
Don't
everything.
like. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Don't like them either.
Would you eat that Cocker Spaniel?
I mean,
Looks a little tasty, doesn't it? A little snacky snack on him, huh?
I couldn't do it, man.
No?
I couldn't do it.
What if you went to someone's house, ate the soup, and went, that was fantastic. What was that? And they went, oh, it's Cocker Spaniel soup. Would you then be like,
Yeah, I'd
I
be
gotta
bummed.
fucking admit, dude.
I would
it was
admit it, but I'd
delicious."
be a little bummed.
Yeah.
Dang, man.
You'd feel like wool was being pulled, like should have been informed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with that. Be on the lookout, guys. When you're out about in the wild, just take stock of other dogs out there and be like, you know what?
That might be delicious.
Yeah, I never thought it possible, but I saw.
having said that, with my recent feelings of dogs, fuck them. Let's, whatever.
You want to eat a dog?
I don't want to eat them, but
Well, maybe
Let
that's how
more
we
dogs-
take out the pit bull breed.
more dogs
We
we
just-
can take out.
Everybody eat a pit bull.
Too tough. The meat would be too tough.
Once
too
a year,
muscly.
just eat a pit bull.
I'm
Be done
more and more like I gotta be honest. More and more, I'm getting against the idea of owning a dog. Like I
Yeah.
will never own a
Boy,
dog.
this is going to be a hit with the audience.
I know.
Keep going.
I know, but like I walk by houses and when I hear
I
like
can get away with
barking
this, E.
dogs, I don't
can't
care.
get away with
I
this.
don't care.
No,
like
no.
I hear barking dogs. Like just where was I at? I was trying to think. Oh yeah, I was housing for the Kennedys, so I was walking around doing a little walk around their neighborhood, and there was just some house where this lady apparently their dog must not be trained enough, and they don't have an electric fence. So like it's out, and I'm walking by, and she's like, "Oh, Jacques, whatever their name was,
Jacques?
buddy,
Was it
buddy."
really Jacques?
If it was
no,
Jacques,
I
that'd be
don't.
awesome.
Please tell me it was
I was
Jacques.
going to say John. I don't remember what the name was. Oh, buddy.
Jacques.
Come on. She's running after to get him or her or whatever.
It's
And, like,
playtime.
running after to because he's not been trained enough
Yeah.
that I can't walk by their house.
That drives me
and-
crazy when they're not trained enough. It's
not Jacques' fault.
I understand
that. Is
that.
not
I
Jacques'
agree.
fault.
I agree.
I understand that, but humans aren't.
So why aren't you
proven-
saying I hate humans? They do stuff like this.
Okay, I
don't
could-
blame poor Jacques for that. That is not his fault, and you know it.
I mean, okay, you're right. It's technically not the dog's fault, but I don't
Jacques,
trust
please.
humans in any
respect.
capacity to own dogs. Then fine. Dogs are great.
So
except
one
humans-
asshole
Oh, one.
treats Jacques like
One.
shit.
Almost every encounter I have.
Majority though.
I don't
Dude,
agree with that.
yeah.
I don't agree with that.
I'd say it's like half and half.
Dude, when we were
it's,
growing
it's
up,
odd to see a really well-behaved dog.
well, we've gotten
nowadays,
better.
right?
Remember in the '80s, dude? It was just dog shits on your lawn, your neighbor's lawn 300 times a week. Fine, who cares?
Uwe. My dad was convinced Uwe trained it to go onto our lawn and
Yeah,
shit.
probably. Would
probably
that shock you? I mean, he would never admit it.
Damn it,
but
Bill.
listen.
What do you think? I trained the dog, Bill? Yeah,
as a matter of fact-
Uwe, I actually do. I'm thinking
Yeah.
that, yes.
What happens when you take it out? Go, get over there. Jesus Christ. What was that dog's name? Which one was it?
Maya,
Maya.
originally, yeah.
Yeah.
They had several boxers. Maya.
All weed smokers, the dogs.
Yes, they
We
were.
all
big weed
big
smokers.
weed smokers.
Jake. Yeah.
Jake was the highest dog on the
Jake
planet.
was a pothead.
Yeah, Jake was nothing more than a pothead. Like all day, every day, Jake was smoking weed. It was a long time ago, folks. Times have changed. Should we hear from our boy,
Our boy, Brent Wasik.
Brent Wasik? You know, there's going to be comparisons to him and is it Rich from the Blind Biz that murdered the other day?
Oh, my gosh.
His read.
Yeah.
So we'll give you an option. We'll let you listen to
Striking
Brent Wasik and see how he compares. Take a sippy sip of my Gatorade.
YouTube viewers are probably wondering what the hell we're doing right now.
Yeah, it's going to
we're
be
just-
inserted later.
Yeah.
You know, we're not to break the fourth wall, pull the curtain back, but okay. All right, wrapping up the dog vendors and South Korea stuff. There are approximately 3,000 dog meat farms operating across the country.
Oh my God.
3,000 dog meat farms.
Oh, my God.
Many of which receive dogs as overflow from puppy mills for the pet industry. So with declining demand for dog meat in Korea, a more serious problem now is excess dogs stemming from the puppy mill industry.
People would listen to Bob Barker and have their pet spayed or neutered.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be in this situation.
So majority of dogs, and you're right, I love that. He said it every day. He never stopped driving that message home, and he's a hero for that. Majority of dogs are slaughtered by, what do you think the main way of slaughter of these dogs is done?
Knife to the throat?
See, that's what I would have thought. Electrocution.
What?
Yeah.
Well, you can probably just do a mass, right? Just throw them in a room and have some.
You could probably
electrodes that
just build an
take out
electric fence on the floor
Yeah,
and then just
yeah.
herd them all in there.
50 in there. And
Or let them go in there and then turn it on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And burn their little hands, which
Trick
is the
them,
main
poor
yeah,
guys.
trick
Hey, go in that room.
Yeah.
There's balls in there to play with.
Yeah, oh, where's the balls? These balls stinks. I don't even see a ball. But that's not the only way. Some of them are hung or beaten over the
Oh,
head.
God, E.
How do you string up and hang a dog?
I don't know.
Hung, or beaten about the head.
That's,
Can we not? We're more humane with the people on death row.
Yeah, the whole last meal thing.
Yeah.
God damn. But they are people.
Yeah. Well,
Souls and all.
by the way, in 2015, it was reported that when retrievers, was that your guess, E? Retrievers
Yeah.
was the most popular.
No, I just said that the other one.
He thought they
Retrievers
looked delicious.
sold as meat dogs. They call them meat dogs. You've never heard that term in America.
No.
I've never heard it until I just said it. When their retrievers are sold as meat dogs, they'll pay over $180 a dog.
Wow.
Think about that. A filet mignon at a pricey place
Seem
costs you
that long.
$60.
Oh, wait, you're
$70.
oh to eat. You mean
This isn't just some shitty filler.
No.
They're paying premiums for dog meat.
Yes.
Man,
yeah.
Jay Leno was spot on.
Yeah. So when it looks like something would be on a South Korean menu.
Exactly right.
Not
for like
racist.
$180.
Yes.
He could have added for $180.
Yes. So I stand with Jay Leno. I understand he's old and white and wealthy, but
Tells old jokes.
yeah, but
Has a lot of cars.
yeah,
You ever seen his
that's-
car
Oh my
collection?
God, it's incredible.
Hundreds, man.
Hundreds. Oh yeah. But I gotta say, racist. Does it advance a negative stereotype?
Of course.
Well, then change your culture because we just read that there's a lot. 3,000 dog meat farms.
I didn't think that was still going on. That's crazy.
Yeah. I did a little research, Jay. Read a story today about the terrorist attack, Usman Khan.
Yeah, what'd you
and
learn about the narwhal tusk?
The narwhal tusk. I learned some extraordinary shit about the narwhal tusk. First off,
The unicorn of the sea.
the unicorn of the sea. Now, this is the spiral, like, they call it the unicorn because it looks like a unicorn horn off a horse or whatever.
I bet it inspired artists' depictions of
How could it not?
horse unicorn.
As makeshift weapons go, it's hard to think of one more bizarre than a narwhal tusk.
As stated yesterday.
Yeah, but the Polish-born chef named Lukasz confronted the terrorists on the bridge, was kicked to find it, making a surprisingly effective weapon for him. They're strong. Narwhal tusks, very strong indeed. Perusal of an old copy of the Journal of the Royal United Service Institution reveals that in the early 19th century, a narwhal pierced right through the 2.5-inch oak hull of a ship called the Fame.
Oh my God.
Think about that. Clearly, if a tusk can do that, it does not take much to imagine what it could do to flesh and bone. It's not surprising, therefore, that tusks from narwhals have been used as weapons before, but they thought it had medicinal properties.
Of course, they always do with these horns, right? The damn
Why?
rhino horns? Those poor things are getting killed, and just
Albinos?
for that too.
Look at that poops.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm just shocked that until yesterday you didn't realize that those roam our Earth. Well, don't
Yeah.
roam our Earth, swim our oceans.
Well, it's part of our Earth. Not roaming part, but so yeah, people. I don't know what it is. They'd be like, "Oh, just grind up a little bit of the powder," and holy shit, its medicinal value is through the roof.
Sure,
The narwhal's just going, no, guys,
leave me alone.
stop it, leave it alone. It's not for you. Whether the tusk was medicinal or not, there's no doubt that there was an extremely lucrative trade in these unicorn horns. They could be astonishingly expensive and be worth more than 10 times their weight in gold.
What's
Yep.
this thing doing hanging on the wall?
I don't know.
Because that is accurate, right? He grabbed it off the wall as
Yeah.
like a decorative piece.
One lucky owner of a narwhal horn was Queen Elizabeth I.
Wow.
The first, and it was stolen during the Civil War. Someone ripped it right off the wall.
And it was hung on a wall near
Yeah.
London Bridge.
No longer survives. In 1598, it was valued at 10,000 pounds, which would be worth $2 million
Present
today.
value, yeah.
Yeah.
See that, E? See how we do that?
Yep.
Yes.
Because going 12 grand or whatever,
context,
you're
right?
like,
Yeah,
so
whatever.
1598, 12 grand. I have no idea what 10 grand. What does that mean? Like, oh, I know you're going to ask that. About $2 million.
You also have to convert the currency. Would you
I
do that, E,
usually
while
do.
we're waiting?
They're cheaper
Oh,
today.
wait a minute, right now?
What did you say?
I want him to convert the currency.
From 1598?
I want him to go pound to dollar.
I thought Mike did.
Well, sort of. It's going to be a
he
little
always
more than
assumes
2
it's
million.
1-to-1, and we
It's
talked
close.
last week. No, they're
Ish.
like a third above us,
Ish.
man.
So is it 2 million pounds today? Is
Yeah.
that the deal? Okay.
Just type pound to dollar, and then it'll give you a conversion thing. If you go to DuckDuckGo, something like that, and then do 2 million pound.
It's like 33% more. So
No, I bet it's 2.3 million.
why do you say that? We looked at.
I'm just guessing.
Okay.
Easus? What do you say?
Second.
You already looked it up, didn't you?
No, I haven't. Swear to God.
Just guessing. Looked it up an hour ago.
No, if it was ruples or whatever, I would go and get the conversion rate because I know it's so drastically off. If you're talking about the Iraqi dinar, you know.
Oh, you have some of that, right?
Not anymore. I
No,
sold it.
Got rid of it.
Yeah, it was off. I said 2.3. It's 2.6. Fine. Does that make you closer to right or me?
Me.
No, because you said 33% more.
Yeah.
Is that 33% more? About?
Yeah.
Fuck. I never said I was good at math. Leave me alone. Somewhat cheaper today than in the Elizabethan times. So in 2013, October, John Jeffries sold a fine example for 36,000 pounds, which would be $500,000. So what would that be? Like 40 grand, 41?
Keep going.
Two?
Keep going.
3?
Keep going.
No.
What'd you say you sold it for? 36?
36,000 pounds.
52 or something.
No.
50.
E, you've got it
I
up.
don't know.
36,000 pounds.
50. Like 50.
It's not 50. No,
What are you
it's too
talking
high.
about?
Well, the tusk sold by Mr. Jeffries was over 8 feet long.
Wow.
Okay, a good 3 feet longer than the one bravely brandished by
You're
the
asking
by
what you're
the
asking. What was 36,000
1,000 pounds.
to American?
Yeah.
46.
To American. It's like
Yeah.
the length of this table, dude. The size of that tusk, that
Yeah.
horn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Imagine that swimming around the ocean. Tusks can grow to 18 feet. Think about that.
Just the
18
tusk.
feet. Just the tusk. Raises the question of what exactly the narwhal uses it for, right? What first needs to be appreciated is that the tusk is, in fact, what?
It's a tooth.
It's a tooth.
Yep. That's what all tusks are.
Whatever. A very extended canine tooth that shoots out from the left side of the upper jaw through the lip. They have lips. He's got rips. Look at his lip. Shoots through his lip and forms a left-handed spiral as it grows. That's spectacular.
Left-handed spiral.
How
Interesting.
cool-
Why
How
not
cool
right?
would that be if
Why
we
not
grew
right?
those, dude?
Yeah.
If just evolution, we all had narwhal tusks. Oh,
Well,
that'd
I
be
mean, then
so
you would just
dope.
have them. Now we have opposable thumbs. Isn't that cool?
It'd be hard to move about. I think we'd get them cut, shaved down.
No,
just for
because-
practicality. Dude, how impractical is that?
No, but
one tooth going, whoa, 18 feet out. Come on, man.
You don't think we would adjust
Our
our
whole
lifestyle?
world would be totally different.
We'd have tusk holes in walls and shit so we can easily
It'd be
walk
ridiculous. We'd all have to sit back 16 feet from each other at all times in case somebody turned their head.
through. Yeah, our cars would all have like giant holes
Yeah.
cut out of the roof so our tooth tusks could pop through the roof without bothering anyone.
No, I think there'd be a removal system.
You know what? We're so fucking egotistical. We'd probably wear pants on him, and it'd be like a sexual thing.
Dude, we don't even keep our
The
foreskin.
guy was seen in public showing his tusk. What a perv.
Yeah.
We'd have to wear pants on it.
We cut off foreskin because it's deemed extra. Come on, we'd be
Well-
cutting these things down.
I don't think so, dude. I think we'd pant them. I think we'd shirt them, dress them up. Can you imagine the holidays with our tusks? People all candy cane tusked.
Yeah, I've always said that about tails. You know, I always wish we had tails, and I thought that too. It was like showing your tail would be like a thing. Like,
Yeah.
oh shit, man, I saw her whole tail. I saw her whole tail.
Like you want to have the very end of your tail showing fine.
Yeah.
But this guy's showing half his fucking tail. It's like we get it, okay? Nothing but tail. The base. He had a hole cut out of the base of his tail. Oh my god! You could literally see where it met the buttock. Tails would be dope. Would you want like a
That'd be
root
dope.
tail? So you could
No,
use
more
it?
monkey. You know. Yeah, I don't
Oh,
want
for
the
hanging.
Yeah, man. I want like a thinner, useful tail. I don't,
Dude, the root tail is dope. You can use it like a chair.
ugly Christmas sweater, 2 narwhals with
Roasting marshmallows.
Yeah,
See, that
that's
works.
an ugly Christmas sweater.
Dude, I'm shocked that you just taken a roux right off the table. Their
No,
tails.
no, I don't want that. I don't want the big, thick
You want to be
tail.
able to hang on trees
Yeah.
and fly. Well, so why not
Grab
a
shit.
possum tail?
No, I don't want anything nude. I need some hair on it.
Fair enough.
I need hair on these tails. The nude tail would freak me out.
Yeah, and the nude tail is
But
really
you know,
a
chicks
problem.
would be nude and they'd be hot, you know? But dude,
Some
some
chick with a
dude
nude
with a
tail.
nude tail. God, he's shaving his tail.
Yeah,
fucking
some
guy-
asshole named Steve would
Yeah.
just be the first to shave his tail.
He's got Axe body spray all over him and he's shaving his tail. What a douche.
Do you think like modest people, conservatives would coil their tail up and keep it inside their pants?
Yes.
Whereas the Steves of the world would shave their tail, have it sticking out, wagging all the time.
Hell yeah.
See, I wouldn't mind having a waggable tail.
Yes.
So I didn't have to tell people how I felt. They just knew, oh, look at him go. Yeah, he's shaving
He's
his
so
tail.
happy.
Yeah. Look at it. He's a happy boy.
Instead of smiling, your tail is
Yeah. About to do the show. All three of our tails are just wagging away. Yeah. Settle down, Isis. I can tell you're excited. No, I'm fine. Your tail's wagging 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Right.
Calm down. And then when we walk outside, just point, and our tail goes hard as a just fucking rock, and just sticks out. It's like, what is Isis seeing over there?
God
He
missed one
spotted
on this
something.
one.
God
Yeah,
really
we-
did drop the ball.
We needed tails.
God, tails would be cool. But see, if we always had tails, it'd be like if we were one-armed creatures and we're having this conversation going, God really dropped the ball.
If you had 2 arms, my God.
I mean, think about it, Jay. It's like, why can't we have the conversation right now going, God really fucked us over by only giving us 2 arms. Why not one out of the middle of our chest and middle of our back?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I can't scratch my back for shit without using a pen now. It'd be awesome to have a nice, maybe even a smallish arm on my back with a little hand that could scratch.
Reminds me of my Uncle Steve's third nipple.
Yeah,
Third nipples are really popular.
pretty common.
They are.
I don't know that they're popular.
Well, common is what I meant.
Yeah.
They're very
not a
common.
thing.
It's like a huge percentage of society is walking around with a third nipple. Now,
See-
it's usually not like a hot little nipple that gets hard and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Is real sweet.
It's not a dime sizer.
Not a dime sizer. This thing was kind of a splotchy thing, and had he not told me it's his third nipple, and had I not looked closely, I would have been like, it's just like some little mark, a birthmark or
Yeah.
something.
See, that's why I have a problem with the whole third nipple because.
You don't believe he had a third nipple?
Well, I don't want to call anyone out. Anyone that's willing to admit publicly, listen, I have a third nip. I'm like, okay, who am I?
he's quite proud
to
of
say
it. Oh
you're
yeah, I've
not?
got a third one. Boom.
But it
Pulls up
always
his
looks
shirt.
like a fucking wart or something.
Yeah.
It never looks like a nipple,
Right.
like a
I want
proper.
areola. I want a little nipple that gets hard when
Yeah.
you rub it. Yeah, that's what you want. right?
Yes, I mean if you've got something that's like bing when you flick it, bing, and it gets rock,
Yeah.
or does it have any sort of areola around it? His?
It was just like a big areola, really. There
How
was.
big? Like,
I mean,
he had a third nip that big?
it's kind of pepperoni kind of.
See,
Didn't
I
land
see
there.
him and I'm like, that's a skin tag, bro. That's not a fucking nip.
I know. That's what I
wouldn't
mean.
suckle on that.
Had he not exclaimed, "I've got a third nipple," and made me look at it up close, I'd have been like,
Yeah.
"Dude doesn't have a third nipple."
Your first guess would not have been third nipple.
No.
So, back to our narwhal tusks. So, despite tons of research, it seems that the marine boffins are not completely sure of the function of the tusk. What is known is that it is hollow.
It's got to have something to do with mating, right? Do
Well-
females and males have them?
They have 10 million nerve endings inside that hollow tusk, okay? So, it's likely that it's used to assess water conditions as they're swimming about. But
Interesting.
doesn't mean they won't wield them as weapons. And so the automatic thought is spear, right? You've got a fucking spear on your forehead. Why not use it, right? May 2017, aerial footage of a pod of narwhals showed them using their tusks to knock out cod, making them easier to eat. And so they would just bop them on the head.
Oh.
They used them more as clubs than
Awesome.
spears. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, because
So-
if they speared something, they'd have to get it off the tusk then.
Well, you could get your buddy to help you with that. I mean,
In
that's like,
pain. That thing where you're...
but they just scrape it against a rock and pull
my
it off.
point.
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, too, though. You've got a fish floating, and you need like more leverage to spear it, right? I mean, you need really sharp to go into something that would then, instead of just pushing back, it would actually puncture.
Right.
So it sort of does make a little bit of sense that they
Yeah, but you
use
ever
it to
swing
whack.
something in the water? Like in the water, it's hard to swing a bat. Try to hit a baseball underwater. You know what I mean? Like how much power are they generating that they're able to whack a cod to death?
Right.
But that's what they do. Yeah, I thought that was interesting. Bill Cosby sent out some nice tweets. Yep.
Really?
Yeah. Over Thanksgiving, this man
He will not apologize.
is insane.
Yeah.
He's fucking insane. Bill Cosby was not very liked by the black community for many years, right?
It's very critical.
You don't know how to raise your kids. Die. Like he was all, black community needs to step up, be good parents, raise your fucking kids. He was really that dude.
Yeah.
And the black community was like, yo, man, suck a dick, bro. So Bill, as we've seen a lot, OJ famously did this. He's gone back to his roots. What up, bruh? Cosby, despite serving a prison term, he took to Twitter to talk bitch about the mainstream U.S. press and urge his followers to support black media outlets. In his first message, he said, "Happy Thanksgiving and be thankful for the Native Americans. Yours truly, the educator and the political prisoner."
What?
The political prisoner. He then went on to include a series of hashtags, including hashtag Bill Cosby, the educator, hashtag Bill Cosby, the political prisoner, and hashtag far from finished. He could have also done hashtag rape life, hashtag putting my dick where it don't belong. He also criticized fake news. Can we get rid of the term fake news? Too many people throw out fake news. It's fake news.
That's going to be one of these things where on the list, right at the end of this month, where they list like words that have to go and things like that,
Yeah.
or words that are so tired out from 2019. Fake news will be top of the list.
You think so?
Yeah.
It should be. What are some of the ones in the past that not
Yeah, sayings like that.
things like that? Yeah. It's hashtag Black Friday. So let's spend our dollars with hashtag Black Press USA and all black media outlets that propel the truth and the facts, not fake news. The truth is in the pudding. This week, Black Press USA proved its power and relevance to the world. No longer should we succumb to the fear of many mainstream media outlets like Associated Press, CNN, NBC, New York Times, Washington Post, Radar Online, just to name a few. Black Friday plus black people equals Black Press USA.
If you want to pin it on something, pin it on that.
He linked then to an article on the Black Press USA's website, which is the first exclusive interview he has granted from the since starting his prison sentence there in Pennsylvania. In the interview, he called the jurors who convicted him imposters and said he was in prison as a result of a setup. He's always denied the allegations against him.
It's funny though. It's so funny. Like I wonder, like when you see this, like this was his first one, about Happy Thanksgiving. And then what does he think people are going to say? Because after that, just people like, what is it? I'm thankful that you're in prison.
Hello, sociopath.
You spelled rape wrong or something, and it's just like
It's very similar to OJ.
right?
Yeah.
It's just like
what are you doing, man?
Cosby, it's so funny to be like, huh, as we all know, this was a setup. I am a political prisoner. It's like, dude, stop it. You and O.J. Simpson are the worst examples of this because you were so beloved by all of America, the world. You were not Colin Kaepernick. Something happens to Colin Kaepernick, he could go, political prisoner, the system's rigged, out to get me. And you can go, yeah, there's a lot of people that don't like Colin Kaepernick. Name one person growing up who didn't absolutely worship Bill Cosby.
Right.
Or O.J. Simpson. It's insane. These jurors were imposters.
I've not liked them overtly. Like, they're just neutral in your mind. Like, yeah, OJ. Yeah, it's just OJ. Whatever.
Right.
You didn't dislike him in any way.
You dug the hurt stuff. Admit it. Sure. You liked him running through the fucking airport.
I didn't dislike it.
Yeah. Naked Gun was amazing.
It was amazing.
It was amazing. It was a good movie. But when you're talking about Bill, it's like, Bill, you were a convicted rapist sitting in a Pennsylvania jail cell. There is nothing for these women. 60 of them. 60. So the big setup is 60 of, gross now, but at the time, models, wannabe models,
Yeah.
all with the same story. Some of them black people who wouldn't come forward, not because they didn't want to be in the limelight, but because as an African American, this man was so beloved in the community, they didn't want to set black people back.
Right.
Because of the walls and the glass ceilings that the cars broke through. Those were the internal fights these women were having. Women like Pamela Abayada, Jewel Allison, Janice Blake Kinney, Donna Barrett, Lily Bernard, Barbara Bowman, Linda Brown, Autumn Burns, Sarita Butterfield. What do these women have? This is what they want to do, get to 70 years old and then accuse a beloved American icon? Imposters. Duh.
Dude's 82.
Yeah.
How much of this can be just like, dude's going senile? Like, can't read the room.
Right.
Just shut up, old man.
Camille believes him still. Does Camille think Helen Hayes, Colleen Hughes, Michelle Hurd, Judy Huth, Beverly Johnson, Kelly Johnson, Lisa Jones, Linda Kirkpatrick, Kendra Ladd, Helen Gumble,
Are you gonna read
Chloe
all
Gaines,
60
Tamar
names?
Green? Not even close, dude. I'm not even a fourth of the way through it. But
Yeah.
all those people, Camille, they're all full of shit.
Yeah, it's insane.
I made pudding pop commercials. It's
It's funny, man. When you DuckDuckGo this dude, right below him, people also search for O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
That's your ilk, man. That's who you're connected with now under internet searches.
Did you catch it too? One of the things he said, I'm surprised it went by you, Jay. It does not surprise me that it went flying over. He's had surprises me.
Oh, I didn't even listen to what he said. I mean, it's just all gibberish. Like, whatever. Who cares? Bill Cosby.
The truth is in the pudding.
Yeah,
Oh, no, I got that.
I heard that.
You did?
I thought about why not tag
That Jello.
yeah, at Jello.
But that's not the saying. The truth is in the pudding. It's the proof is in the pudding.
oh, well.
Yes. And then I was like, what does that even mean? These sayings are so fucking
I mean,
dumb.
I heard the pudding part, and I don't know. You're right.
Yeah, I know. It's like, are you doing the pudding pop thing, sir? Is that what you're doing?
Right.
I wish they'd bring them back, even with Cosby's photo on there. They're so delicious.
Oh my gosh, that little layer of ice that you have to get through.
The layer of ice,
Yes.
that thin ice layer on the pudding pop.
It's just- and that vanilla chocolate swirl one. My God,
Dude, it's one of the rare delicious treats that it's like, I don't give a shit. Surprise me. Chocolate vanilla swirl.
And
Just
then there
bring
was a
it.
period of time where they had some sweepstakes on the stick too. It was like, how can this get better? Oh, there could be a
can't.
prize on your stick.
Did they ever do jokes on their sticks?
I don't think they did jokes, but I do remember wanting like some certain words so I could be the ball boy for the World Series or
Holy
something.
Yeah.
Bad
Can
right, sorry.
You imagine the child that not only ate a delicious swirl pudding pop,
Got
and
to
then,
the bottom and learned that they're the bat boy in the upcoming World Series. My God, what a day.
Hope you enjoyed your swirl pudding pop, sir. By the way, you'll be at the World Series as a ball boy.
Can it
What?
get any better?
What? So I was like, the proof is in the pudding.
Doesn't that mean like oh you'll see it's good? You know something's good because you'll eat the pudding and it'll taste good.
No.
That's what I always thought it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like no, this is good, and then it'll prove it.
Yeah. And that makes sense. Okay, the origin, because I love doing these origin searches. Of course, we've butchered this. The proof is in the pudding. The original proverb is the proof of the pudding is in the eating. What it meant was you had to try out food to know whether it was good. Okay? The proof of the pudding is in the eating. Now, here's a couple things that are needed to be recognized here. The word pudding itself has changed. In Britain, dating back centuries, pudding meant more than a sweet dessert. It wasn't just pudding. Back then, pudding referred to a kind of sausage filling the intestines of some animal with minced meat and other things. Something you probably want to try out carefully, since that kind of food could be rather treacherous.
How redundant was the classic line from Pink Floyd then? If you don't eat your meat, you can't have your pudding. Well,
how can you have your pudding
if you don't eat your meat? You go round and round and round if that's the case.
Yeah, and that guy's from
How do you have
Europe, too.
how do you have your sausage-filled intestine if you don't eat your meat?
How do you have your filling the intestines of some animal with minced meat and other things if you don't eat your meat?
Wow.
Well, I did eat my meat, sir. It's minced meat and it's in my pudding.
By the way, I don't know much about the saying or the song, to be honest with you. But
You've heard that, right?
Yeah, I've heard the thing. Why kids does any kid have a hard time eating their meat? Usually, kids like the meat part of the dinner.
Not always.
To get to
my sister did not.
Really?
No.
Yeah, but to your point, I think most object to the vegetable.
Right. Like it'd be one thing if it was like, how can you
How can
have
you
your pudding if you don't eat
your vegetable?
Right.
Your broccoli. Your overcooked broccoli.
But your meat?
Well,
What if you're in Korea?
Yeah,
you know.
I objected to almost every vegetable growing up. I mean, corn was a nice acceptance. It was like, why don't you have corn with everything? Because I like corn, right? Broccoli sucks. Green beans today, I'll still eat them.
Oh my
but
God,
I don't
you're
like
so
it.
picky. You're a 47-year-old man.
I like broccoli. I like broccoli now.
If you go somewhere and somebody gives you a plate of food and there's green beans on there or broccoli, like, are you telling me you'll push it away and you won't eat it and shit?
Dude, I'm not a monster. I will dump it onto someone else's plate.
Oh my
and
God.
let them enjoy it. If you put cauliflower on my plate, I might drop the plate on the ground and exit the house. Cauliflower sucks dick.
In all seriousness,
I scrape it onto someone else's plate usually.
Oh my God.
Depending on what it is. I like broccoli now. Green beans, salted, yeah, I can do those now.
Salted and buttered.
Corn I can do. What are those green, long, stocky things that make your piss
Asparagus.
stick? Fuck those.
Really?
Ugh.
Oh my God.
Ugh.
You don't like anything natural, do you?
Yeah.
I like pussy.
No. Okay. I mean, like natural food.
Yes, I said corn.
Okay.
Anything else? Anything?
I don't like
Just
tomatoes.
anything.
I don't like cauliflower. I don't like asparagus.
Let's not go what you don't like. Let's go
Mushrooms.
Naturally,
Hate
what
'em.
do you like? Corn. Maize. You like
I
maize.
like maize. I like potatoes.
Okay. When they're fried, French fried.
Yep. Or mashed or scalloped. Rice.
One other thing.
What else grows in the ground? Carrots.
Okay, you like those?
I do.
Good.
Okay.
Do peanuts grow on the ground or
They
trees?
do.
Yeah.
What about peppers? I like some peppers. I
Okay.
can do some green and red peppers.
There you go.
Also
Good.
banana peppers.
That's a good mix of things that you
Okay.
can eat. I'm glad.
Nuts. Not hairy nuts, but like
Legumes.
peas, pea,
Oh, okay.
and
Or beans, legumes. Do you like? No.
maybe I like a legume. Obviously, I know what a legume is, but for the layout there, I like baked beans.
Oh, those are delicious.
Yeah, they
aren't
are. Except that bacon thing, that chunk in there.
Well, yeah, you're
you
talking about the
gotta toss
Bush's
that.
baked beans, right?
Ugh.
Always comes with that big chunk.
Yeah.
But if you go to like a barbecue place and they do it right and they've got just a little bacon amongst the
Yeah.
beans, oh my gosh, it's
Good
just
stuff, right?
It's great.
So do I have a wide enough selection
I
there?
guess. Yeah, that's better. I honestly was starting to think like, dude, you not like anything like that's natural?
Like guacamole.
The better question is, do you like any of these things non-sugared / salted?
Yeah, that is a good question.
Boy, oh boy.
How about not cooked,
avocado?
just raw?
That's a fruit, right? Avocado's a fruit.
I can eat broccoli raw. I used to like when I was in Holland. I used to go to like the farmer's market on Saturday, and I would just walk there. I would walk and just buy like a thing of broccoli and just start eating it. Stuff like that.
Gross. See, fine. Broccoli's fine, but if your choices are you can have broccoli like this, or you can have it smothered in creamy cheese and salt, like that's a no-brainer, right? You obviously you'd be a moron to do it naked. I don't know what else I like, but it's a pretty good list.
Yeah, that was you had some stuff there.
Hey, got to thank Arnold Roofing for sponsoring our YouTube and Facebook live feeds this week.
Yeah.
They are brought to you by Arnold Roofing.
Love those guys.
Love 'em.
They're coming over here soon to do some stuff.
Betsy and
Yeah.
Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin Arnold. I loved him on the TV show. And
Keith and
Betsy and
Betsy.
stuff. Betsy's coming over and she wants to do some more reads.
Oh, good.
We're gonna play podcast together. That's always fun. So anyway, I guess we've run out of time, Jay. We'll do some email tomorrow if people want to
Indeed.
write us in. Give us their opinions. What were we talking about? Oh, what dog out there, if you saw, would you be like, you know what? I wouldn't mind taking a little snack out of that feller.
Ugh.
You know, I thought E brought up a good one with the hot dog one. Are those called wiener dogs?
Right.
You got any suggestions or anything we talked about today? So have a good rest of the day, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll see you then.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.